Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. So there is a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. I have since posted that story on our other platform, but she was asking and she said that, please, can you also translate my story? So she wanted to know, like, let's say if you're a South African, according to your own culture, if it happens that one of your family members murders someone, then what do you do in your culture? Because this is the story that she shared with me. So I'm going to give you a brief narration. She's saying that when they were still growing up, they were given this other charm in Shona. It is called Mushonga Wepfuka, meaning that when any of her family members, when they die, and if they get killed by someone, then their spirit will come back as an avenging spirit. And this avenging spirit, it shows no mercy. It will destroy the rest of the family members. This avenging spirit, when it comes back, it cannot be negotiated with, because it will be seeking revenge. It would want to revenge, to wipe off the entire bloodline from the face of the earth. So she said that when she came to South Africa with her brothers, there was one of her brother who used to love to drink alcohol a lot, and whenever he would have gotten drunk, he used to love to fight with a lot of guys at the taverns. It then happened that her late brother started to date this other South African woman, even though she knew that this South African woman, she was married, even though with her husband, they were not staying together at that time. It was like they were on separation. So when that husband when that woman's husband heard that he was the one who was dating his wife, then they fought. Unfortunately, after they fought, then he got stabbed and he passed away. And after he had died, that was when they were told that they were supposed to go to that tavern where he had been stabbed, and they were told to take some soil at the spot where he had fallen off, the soil that was mixed with his blood. Then they returned back to Zim. When they returned back to Zim, the day that he was buried, one of their uncles then took the soil and placed it inside the coffin, and some rituals were done, and he was buried. When they returned back to South Africa, that was when they heard that the man had gotten arrested. After he was arrested, he was then released on bail. So when he returned back to the location, then he went to drink some beer. He then started fighting with another guy. As they were fighting, and then he was killed. And after he was killed, then his own brother also passed away, including that man's child also passed away. So our dear sister was asking, because she said that because of all the rituals that they did, his entire bloodline would be wiped off from the face of the earth. So she said that as a family, they are looking for any kind of advice. Are they supposed to approach this South African family so that they can tell them that if they do not come and negotiate with them and ask the spirit of her late brother what exactly is supposed to be done? How many cows are they supposed to pay for his death? He is going to wipe them all from the face of the earth. So she wanted to know if they are supposed to approach that family and tell them that when they were still young, they were given these charms, and if they do not speak with the spirit of her late brother, their entire family is going to be wiped off from the face of the earth. So let us help her out in the comment section. Then there is another message that was sent to me. The message reads like this: hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story? Is hidden identity. I want to tell you what happened when I was still in South Africa and what made me to run away from South Africa. And I stole from the woman that I was working for. I stole the ritual money, because this woman, what she was doing, I was working at her CRECHE. So whilst I was working at her CRECHE, each and every weekend she would invite me to her house, and I started working as a maid as well. But during the week I would be working at her CRECHE. But this woman, I then found out that she was using me, because this woman, she was always going to Durban and returning back. And when I was now working at her place. That was when I found out that there was always this dustbin, a black dustbin that was full of Pampers that was kept in this other room, and that room was always empty. And I had been told that I was not supposed to enter into that room no matter what. But like I was just curious. I just wanted to see what was going on. So I sneaked into that room. And the reason as to why I ended up sneaking into that room, I used to steal a lot of food from the fridge. Like I love ice cream a lot. So there was always a lot of goodies in her fridge. It then happened that one day, as usual, when she and her kids had gone to the mall, that was when I took some ice cream. So I was eating straight from that big ice cream lunchbox. And the moment that I entered into that forbidden room, that was when she called out my name. Then I saw that in that room, there was that big black dustbin. I opened it up because I just wanted to see why there was that smelly dustbin in that room. She called out for me, and I only responded to her when I was in the hallway, and she was already walking towards the place where I was. She was angry at me, and she started shouting for no reason at all. She then entered into that room, and she said that she knew that I had been stealing ice cream from the fridge, and she wanted to get me arrested since I did not have any papers at all. And after she had threatened to call the Home Affairs, I was really scared, and I told her that I was really sorry, and she said that she was going to forgive me only if I was going to do some stuff for her. So all along, what we had been doing was that during the day, when we were at the creche, when the babies will poo, then we'll remove their diapers. So she had told us that we were supposed to place like the diapers that had poo in one dustbin, and if it only had urine, you had to place it in a different dustbin. After we would have filled up those refuse bags, when we would come back to work, you would only find that the refuse bag that will still be there, it will be the one that had the diapers that had urine, but the one with the poo, it was always missing. So that woman then told me that she was the one who had been taking all of those diapers with poo. She then took me to that room, and she showed me that the diapers that I had seen in that dustbin, it was those same diapers that she was taking from the creche. I asked her what exactly was she using those used diapers for. She said that she takes them to Durban. There's this other traditional healer of hers who was buying those diapers from him, and she was getting some money. But she told me that she also had a tokoloshi that was giving her money. That is how I found out that the woman that I was working for, she was a ritualist. So after she had told me her secret, each and every day after we would have knocked off, I'll just stay behind waiting for her. Then I would help her to load that refuse bag that would be full of used diapers with poo into her car. When I saw that this woman, she was not doing the things that she had promised me, because she had said that she was going to give me at least a portion of the money that she was being given by that traditional healer that was in Durban. But when she refused my brother, I really got so angry. So she had showed me the place where her tokoloshi places the money, because each and every morning the tokoloshi would place some money. So I then waited for her to go on vacation. I was staying at her house at that time. I woke up so early in the morning. When I woke up, this was somewhere around 6 a.m. I rushed to that room. Then I saw that there was a bag that was full of money. I did not even bother to count the money at that time. I returned back to the location, and I spoke with my husband, and I told my husband that I had stolen some money. He was scared, but I said, let us run away. Then my husband said it is fine, because my husband, he was just working as a gardener. I said, how many months are you going to work so that you can get all of this money? It was 280,000 rands. So my husband then said, what if we get arrested? And I said, we are going to speak with this other bus driver that we usually give our groceries. I spoke with him, and he said that we were supposed to give him 50k, and we went to the bus rank and we spoke with him. And what he did is that he took the bus spare tire and he opened it up. That is where he placed the money, and he returned that spare tire back into the bus. So we then traveled with him, and whenever my boss would be speaking with me, I had taken some pictures and I had taken some videos, so I kept on sending her some pictures just to make her think that I was at her place. And that is how I left South Africa and I came to Zim. When I came to Zim, the driver, we gave him some money and he got so sick, and I knew that this money, the blood money that we had stolen, it had a curse. So as for my husband, I did not tell him that this was dirty money, so I went to a traditional healer alone, and I told that traditional healer that this is what I had done in South Africa. That traditional healer then told me that he wanted $2,000 after I had changed the money from rands to US dollars. The amount that I ended up giving him, it was close to 40,000 rands. Then he said that this money, it had a curse, and we were supposed to place this curse on my husband, and that is how my husband ended up dying. So my husband, by the time that he passed away, his hands, they were swollen, as well as his legs, they were swollen as well. But that is how I survived, because I was the one who was supposed to die. I then started my small business, and I'm still running that business up. So that is my story. Those are the things that we were doing to these kids that we were looking after. But the other women that I was working with, they don't even know that our boss was a ritualist. Oh, dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me. Strange things do happen in this world.